Hello, hello, hello. I'm Alucard Night Raven. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to my next upgrade kit review. And today I'm looking at DNA Designs DK-36 upgrade kit for Studio Series Sludge. And this has some pretty decent stuff. A few things I actually have on the way. I actually have the upgrade and filler kit, slash filler kit of Go Better Studios on the way as well. That does a few things better in my opinion. But here we have it, and we're going into this together. I have not added anything yet, so let us take a look at what we have here. So we have our box, our typical DNA Designs box with the pattern here in the background of all the oh, I can't even think of what that would be called, but the cross boxes and whatever. There's Sludge with his googly eyes, DK-36, SS86-15 upgrade kit. On this side, same thing on this side. On the top, DK-36. On the bottom, barcode, different wording and stuff. On the back, everything that comes in this box. So we've got a sword, we've got some bits here that are really going to be helpful. We got this kind of filler piece, his googly eyes, and flame effects for the 3 Dinobots we currently have out. So let us open it up. And I already sliced the tape open so I could take a look, but as I said, I have not added anything or what. Here's our instructions. So we'll move the box out of the way here. The instructions, as usual, are very nice to follow. Exactly what we need. Yeah. So I'm going to have these instructions out because I'm going to need to look at them. But here we've got some bits here. And we've got these pieces right here. So first, we're going to get out his sword. Wow, that looks good. I like that. I like the red. I brought down the DNA Designs Grimlock sword, and you can see the Grimlock one was painted silver instead of the red. I kind of wish would have gotten the silver one, but I am fine with, or the red one, but I am fine kind of as it is. Makes him stand out, I guess, a little bit for Grimlock. But here we have Sludge sword. It looks good. Nice detailing there. Got this little piece hose coming out, like on his G1 sword and on the Fans Toys Masterpiece style Sludge, which I do have. So very cool. So there's that. We've got this piece, which is the flame effect for Sludge. And this actually does come apart right here, and there is a reason for that, and we'll get to that in a minute. Set that aside. Here we have his googly eyes. We'll take a look at how those look when we get to Dino mode for them. Here is flame effect for Grimlock. For his Dino mode, looks really good. Absolutely love that. The flame effect for Slug, or Slag, as I'm always going to call him Slag, but and there is that, and that looks really good. And then the final piece we get out, it's, I guess, a shield in robot mode, and then it kind of covers up that opening, like really open section in Dino mode. But I'll get that all out of the way, and we are going to bring in Sludge, and here he is in all his glory. And what we're going to start with, and I need to make sure, so alright, so we got all these pieces in this baggie we're gonna get out. Come on, I need you guys out too. Come on. So the issue that most people had with Sludge, mine isn't as bad as I've seen others, but it is like an issue, is how loose everything is. Mine, for some reason, is actually nice and tight, but I am still going to add these because it is going to be just so much better to have them tighter, in my personal opinion. So, bring in my screwdriver, and what we're going to do, I need you to see what I'm doing here. Whoops. Kind of throwing stuff around here. So, we're going to remove this screw right here. Set that off to the side. This screw right here. Set that off to the side. Now we can pull all this apart. At least that's the plan. So that piece will stay in there like it should, and we'll just set that off to the side. Pull this out, and what we're gonna do, what we need to do, is get these pieces out right here, each one. And what we do is this little gap, which it should have just been one whole thick piece, but these little black squares go in the middle of them. Of course, I think you got to have them in the right position. There we go. And then you just end up putting them back in, and that's going to help it from stretching in. You kind of see how it's getting that little divot in the middle, or bend down in the middle. This is going to help that from being as pronounced as it actually is. So there's that one. Now, before we put this, come on. Come on. Want to make sure you get them back in there in the right position if you can. Boy, that first one went in nice and easy, didn't it? Come on. All right, 1 second. Okay, so those are back in. We're going to set that off to the side because there are ones on the leg too. And for this, what we need to do is we need, okay, so there we go. Bring it out, and then, oops. Okay, so I don't know, I kind of lost it, so I don't know where I was, but I've got it in this position. We're going to remove these two screws. So in the other leg, I'm going to do off camera, but I just want to show where everything is. Here in this position. So there we go, and there's that one right there. Again, 1, 2. Need you to stay on there, man. Let's kind of get in there if you can. There we go. And same thing here. That piece in, just like that. Then just slide that back in like that. And this is going to go back on to here. There we go. Screw it back together. Come on, get screw. Not backwards. There we go. Let's get that screw back in there. That one, and then this one. Alright, so now we'll put this back up, bring this back around, this, and then, oh yeah, a little bit, feels a bit tighter than it was. Granted, mine held together very nicely. Yeah, it takes a lot to really, but definitely much, much better. Make sure these are nice and tight. I just don't want anything to be too loose. Alright, so now I'm going to do this other one off camera, and then I'll be back. Alright, so very nicely, a bit tighter on that. Make sure my screws are tight enough. Alright, now put all this back together like this. There we go. There we go. Alright. Plug these back together. And then this, if I remember correctly, this goes. I just want to make sure that I'm in the right spot. How is this going? Come on, show me. Okay, like this. So this went like this. Whoop. I guess it's not that far apart. Alright, so let's get it back on here first. Or try to. Yeah, you gotta have it the right distance apart, it looks like. And this, so this should be like this, correct? Or is it like this? Alright, I think it's like this, is it not? One second, I gotta make sure that I'm putting this in the right spot. I should have remembered. Alright, so yeah, it's like this. So now we can screw it back together. Try to get in there with it. And this one, I think my magnet is starting to get weak on this. All right, now bring this back down. Bring this back down. Come on, plug in, tab in there. There we go. All right, now let's take a look. Oh yeah, you can hear much better clicking in there. Same thing with the legs. Much tighter, much tighter. So definitely like that. Definitely. So now, we got 2 extras, I think, just in case some are lost, because I don't see any other ones that have those needed. So now what we've got, sorry I got the instructions here because it's just so much easier, is these pieces, and these are for the wings. So I want to bring them out, make sure we can see what we're doing here. Try and get it in a position where we can see what it is we're doing. Okay, so see that right in there. These are going to go into there. And it's going to help hold them in place. So what we want to do, I think that's in there. Nope, not quite yet. There we go. Whoops. Sorry. Come on. Try and think what's going to be. Okay. I like to get to this. There we go. More room to work with. Bit more room to work with. So yeah, so these go in here and also underneath. I want to make sure there we go. All right. So in there. Don't want to do that. So didn't realize it was going to be this difficult. Oops. All right, come on now. Need you. Think we got it. So now when this comes back, there we go. It just sort of plugs in and stays in one place without being floppy or as floppy. It looks like am I wrong on that? It should be, yeah, it's the same on both sides. So same thing here, we just want to get it in there. I think now when we put it in, it's gonna hold it together. Is that getting a weird bend on it too? Yeah, I think so. So am I doing that right? It seems like I'm doing that right. Yeah, okay. So just like that. together. I think that's supposed to help with tightening that all up. So, all right, bring all this back down to where it needs to be. Didn't want to do that. Okay. Did not want to do that at all. Don't even know what happened there. Okay. Alright, now I'll bring all this back up. Bring these arms back down. Yeah, I don't know about those. I don't know what's up with that. Like, it does seem like it tightens it up a bit more, but I just don't know. It just feels kind of off. I don't know. Don't know how I feel about that currently. But, I mean, not as floppy once you can get it in the right position. I think. At least. All right. So there's those. Now, what we've got is basically just these other pieces. So, what we can do is we take this and this bit, plug it in, and plug it in right here. Get in there. Get in there. And you can hold it like a shield. So, yay, there's that. Woohoo. Hoorah. So he's got a shield. Oh boy. Oh boy. Not big on that. Really could care less. Said the Go Better Studios kit I have on the way is doing something much better for that, and I'll get to that when we get to that point, but we can give him his sword. So it's a bit tight, so may want to shave off a bit of plastic. But that is a bit tight. I really don't want to go too far down with it. And what we can do, so we remove that back piece, you can plug this into here, and there he's got a blast effect for that. So these final pieces are for Dino mode, so I'll get him transformed and be right back. Alright. Oh, it took me a little bit longer to get that back into Dino mode than I could remember, but here we go. Back into Dino mode, and I think what we'll first start with is the googly eyes. So what we want to do is just pop them on, and there's his googly eyes. And of course we can bring them out, bring this out, and there's, whoa! So there's that. And personally, I think Go Better Studios are going to be better, but take them off. You want to just, whoops. You don't want to do that. So you kind of want to push them forward. And it's a bit of a bear. Maybe it's easier without that. Yeah, you just want to push them. Yeah, see. So on like that and off like that. And put the eyes back on. They just plug in like that. Same thing with this one. So, yeah. So there's the googly eyes. Like I said, I think Go Better Studios did a better job with the googly eyes. And then we bring this in. And this is going to just... This tab right up the front here is going to plug in here. And then it just sort of all... Once you get it lined up, it should all just kind of keep everything together. What am I missing here? I think it should be... Oh. I think this... Do we turn it? Is that going to get it out of the way? Yeah, I think so. Yep. So yeah, you want to turn that handle, but there's the coverage. Again, Go Better Studios, the way they did it, they replaced the feet. And when I get that, you'll see just how much better they did it than DNA Designs, but it's still not horribly. Horribly. So now the last bits is the weapon or the flame effects. So there's a peg that's in there, and you want to plug into that. So there's Sludge with his. We'll bring in Slag. So open his mouth, and there's one right back in there. And that's where this one is going to plug onto. I think there might be a particular way of it going. Nope, doesn't matter which way you go with it. So whichever way you like best. Whoops. Whichever way you like best. I think I'm going to go like this with it. Come on, get on there. So there is Slag with his. And finally, Grimlock with his. Open his mouth. And his is back in here. And you kind of open it nice and wide. And then we can close it. Actually, let's go like this with it. And there is Grimlock with his. So there's all three of them with their flame effects. It looks good. It's a good kit. I do recommend it, especially for the stuff that it fixes or tightens up. If you're okay with, just this piece. See, my issue is them toes just still stick down way too far. Just throws it off. The blast effects or flame effects are good. I like those. The googly eyes aren't bad. I just think that Go Better Studios did a better job with it. It's nice to get the sword. I would recommend maybe sanding down some of the paint on here so it'll go into his hand better. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sand down a bunch of paint. And also with this, I think you can, yes you can still store the gun underneath to fill that in even more. But yeah, so not a bad kit. I recommend it. It's inexpensive, doesn't cost very much. Definitely worth getting. I am going to be getting the DNA Designs kit for him. I do also have the Go Better Studios kit on the way already for him. And I will be going over all of those. I have a couple of different pieces coming for Grimlock. I actually have a clear window that's coming that'll replace this smoky plastic window that really makes that Autobot symbol hard to see. I also have different pieces coming that cover up the arms, because these are they're okay, but I don't know. I have a hard time with it staying in like this in dyno mode, and I just think that they're too thick. Definitely too thick, and I don't know if it's just like if I need to loosen the screw a little bit, which I'll try that. Yeah, no, see, and it still doesn't. Yeah. So I have a different set coming that I found on eBay that are thinner, and when they cover up, it's just going to sit in there much better and not have this like giant piece sticking out. So love DNA Designs kits. They do a great job for the most part, but some things are a miss more than they compared to most of it being a hit. But otherwise, the set for Sludge, definitely recommend. I will be getting the set for him soon, and definitely worth it. Like, especially if you have the issue with the legs just being so loose, these pieces will help to tighten it up. Not like tight, but you know, better than they are. So yeah. So there you go. There is the DNA Designs DK-36 upgrade kit for Sludge. Highly recommend. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store. Get it there. It is an inexpensive set, so not as much as some of their other sets. And yeah, so that is going to be it for me. Want to say thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. One final thing I wanted to point out. So I was looking at the instructions again. There is actually a specific way that you want to attach the one in to slag or slug, and you want this bit that's sort of hollow up, so when you put it in, it's going to fit in there a bit better. And it almost looks like, whoops, kind of see there's like a little piece right in there. It almost looks like it would pop onto that in a way, but I don't think it's going to. But so fits much better if you do it that way. So yeah, so I was wrong on that. I wanted to update that at the end, but you see right here shows how you want it to go in. Then there's the one for Grimlock, and of course the one for Sludge. So yeah. So there you go. So once again, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all later.